Hello and welcome to this latest episode of The Essential Six. I'm Simon Hart, Lead International Partner at RSM UK. And as ever, I'm joined by Joe Brusuelas, Chief Economist of RSM. Hi, Joe. How are we doing?
Very good. Thank you, Simon.
Good stuff. Good to see you. And Tom, welcome back. Tom Pugh, Economist, RSM UK. You okay this week?
Hi, Simon. Yeah, all good. Thanks.
Excellent. I see you've been busy in the press, Tom. So good to see some of your commentary out and about. And actually, for those watching this broadcast, if you go to the RSM UK Real Economy site, you'll be able to see some of Tom's recent postings on events going on in the UK economy. But today in this episode, we're going to talk about Evergrande, the huge Chinese property conglomerate. I hadn't heard of Evergrande before the issues about it were raised in the news. So we thought we'll just touch on what is it, what's happened over there, and why it matters potentially to UK middle market businesses. I dug out some stats on Evergrande. Joe, I was amazed by this. It's got something like 1,300 projects underway across 280 Chinese cities. It employs 200,000 Chinese workers directly and an estimated 4 million employees indirectly. It floated on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange in 2009, raised $1 billion on its flotation, but it's currently sitting on a debt pile of over $300 billion. I mean, that's just an astonishing number. So what's happened, Joe? What's happened to it over there?
So over the last 30 years, the Chinese economy has been fueled by private investment. Most of it in the modernization of the economy and literally the wholesale building of cities, some of which are empty. As a result, we have an overbloated Chinese property sector. Here's the thing, those statistics you just reeled off are stunning on their own. Evergrande's only the second largest property company in China. And what's happened is that they've begun to miss bond payments. They've formally entered a 30-day grace period in which they're going to default. Now, that's roiled global asset markets as investors have scrambled to assess both direct and indirect exposure to Evergrande. Some have said, is this a potential Lehman moment, i.e., is this the moment at which a company comes crashing down and causes global systemic risk and a reversal of the gains we've seen in the global economy over the past 6 to 12 months as we've all struggled to recover from the global health crisis? Okay, my answer to that is no. Not only is it not, it doesn't have to be. Now, does that mean there aren't going to be problems? No, it doesn't. This is a Chinese problem primarily and a Northeast Asian or regional problem on a second order basis. However, there will be some indirect exposure around the world, primarily via the financial channel. That may cause a little bit of turbulence in global asset markets from time to time as the Chinese engage in a vigorous fiscal workout. Now, before I turn it back over to you, I just want to say one thing here. Between 1990 and 2021, the Chinese have gone from an agricultural backwater that barely functioned to the second most important economy in the globe. Now, we should not expect that this would happen without a hiccup, without any bumps in the road. And the Chinese are going to have a problem here over the next couple of years. You know, it's not unlike what happened in the United States in 1865, utterly destroyed by its own civil war. 40 years later, it had supplanted the UK as a primary global financier. On the way, 2 deep depressions, a silver panic, and a number of financial panics. China's path to economic clout on a global basis simply is not going to occur in a linear fashion.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Going from an agrarian economy 30, 35, 40 years ago to what it is today. As you say, something's going to happen. I guess what I'm interested in, Tom, from your point of view is, Joe just mentioned there in terms of some of the asset markets and the impact it might have. How do you read that in the UK? Should a UK middle market business leader be concerned right now, or is this just a problem from the other side of the world?
Yeah, as Joe said, this is primarily a China problem, a Southeast Asia problem. I don't think it's something for UK middle market business leaders to start to panic about. It is something to keep on the horizon. The UK has a couple of big banks in HSBC and Standard Chartered, which are pretty Asia focused. There's a little bit of contagion risk, not much, but certainly if we see continued volatility in global asset markets, that is going to impact asset markets in the UK. We've already seen the stock market fall sharply when this was really in the headlines.
Yeah.
So something to keep in the your peripheral vision, but not something to panic about.
Okay, good to hear. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Most markets, they do seem to react when something happens and it seems to go quiet. So I guess let's keep an eye on it. I think we'll take another recircle, another review of what's going on with Evergrande over the next few weeks, Tom. And I'm sure you'll add to your growing portfolio of economic commentary to the marketplace as well. I think time's up. So Tom, Joe, thanks for your insights on the Chinese Evergrande situation, and we'll be back next time with other economic and trade news. Thanks for watching.